So I kind of already did this video almost 2 weeks ago. This is the first time I made this video. I uploaded on a channel called Super Cold Frieza. Here's a screenshot right here. Check that out. I think I'm doing gaming content on there, but most of y'all don't exactly know me, so I don't really think you care about that. You want to see me talking about Batman v Superman. So I'm probably doing a more extended cut on Batman v Superman. Get it? Because Batman v Superman had an extended edition after the main. Forget it. So here is the Batman v Superman 10 years later review extended. What's up, my friends? It's your boy Super Cold Frieza, and I realized something. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice is now a decade old. 10 years since Batman v Superman hit theaters and somehow turned one of the most legendary matchups in comic book history into whatever the hell this was. And yes, I know some people still defend it. It's misunderstood, it's deep, you just don't get Zack Snyder's vision. Look, I love comic books ever since I was like a 5-year-old. I grew up reading this stuff, Batman, Superman fighting each other, although in my opinion, one of the most lamest forms of mashup, because it's literally a godlike alien who could practically beat gods against a rich dude with a bat suit. Like, it should almost be a knock in the park. Only reason Batman wins is because of plot. But I get it. You got two ideological opposites: a godlike alien that believes in hope and the betterment of all humanity, and a paranoid human strategist that believes all power should be controlled. It practically writes itself, and yet somehow, someway, this movie managed to fumble on nearly every part of it. So other than the Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne death scene that we've seen millions of times before that adds nothing new, there's another problem with this movie. Batman fucking kills people. This version of Batman, played by Ben Affleck, who visually is practically a really good casting choice. Suit looks decent, although the bat symbol is kind of fat, and the warehouse scene is incredible as hell. But the character himself, he's branding criminals like he's some kind of cartel boss and shit, and bowing down people with machine guns, throwing crates at people's head, making blood splatter on the damn wall. Like, nigga, that is not supposed to be Batman. His whole moral philosophy that he doesn't cross into the line of killing. But in this movie, he's mowing down people like he's goddamn Frank Castle. Explosions, gunfire, Batmobile chases. Zack Snyder frames as he's older and broken, like a previous Robin who was Dick in his universe for some reason instead of Jason. But at the same time, there are other. Robin also died in the what's it called? The Death in the Family storyline, and Batman didn't try to kill. He never killed the Joker. And Superman barely feels like Superman. The Superman version of the DCEU that's played by Henry Cavill, who looks perfect in the role. Other than that, the writing is kind of ass. Superman barely talks, and he spends most of the movie either brooding or hovering silently in the sky, looking confused by his own existence. Just like his previous movie, Man of Steel, where he snapped Zod's neck. And this is the guy that's supposed to inspire hope Instead, he feels like he wandered in a philosophy lecture about alienation. The movie keeps asking big questions like should humanity trust a Superman? Although it never lets Superman actually answer that question with any personality or any actions that he has. And this version of Lex Luthor, played by Jesse Eisenberg, is fucking shit. Like, bro, this is honestly the worst part of the fucking movie for me. Not only Lex Luthor, but this entire goddamn plot. It's so fucking stupid. Like, instead of Lex Luthor being the most calculating billionaire mastermind of the comic books and other iterations like the DCAU and even Smallville, for example, and even the Donner movies, we get a jittery tech bro who drank like three or six Red Bulls and read like one and read like Nishi once, or I got that wrong. Holy shit. And his entire plan is like extremely fucking convoluted. Let's summarize it. It's to manipulate public opinion against Superman and frame Superman with a terrorist attack, kidnap Martha Kent, but also force Superman to fight Batman, create Doomsday as a backup plan, which would, if it fucked up the whole world, then his whole plan is practically fucked. Like, his whole plan is so fucking all over the place, my nigga, that I really don't know how much to say this. He really just pissed me the fuck off. This is literally less Lex Luthor and more of a really shitty Riddler and Joker impersonation. Like if the Riddler and Joker had sex. Like, it's like Lord knows how many villain plots crammed into one goddamn movie. It's just more the script writers just throwing darts at a whiteboard, just seeing what the hell stuck. But at the same time, it just doesn't land properly. This is it, niggas. This is the moment that you've been waiting for. This is the scene that has been memed for a fucking decade. Batman finally fight, and it's like 8 minutes of the most one-sided shit ever. Of Batman mostly doing the ass beating of Superman, while Superman barely throws any punches. It fucking sucks. I don't really care. Then Superman says the goofiest shit ever.
You're letting him kill Martha.
What does that mean? Why did you say that name?
Find him. Save Martha.
Because that's how ideological differences are supposed to end. Because your mothers have to have the same fucking name. So no actual good political differences. Just the fact that their moms had the same name. And this makes Batman drop his spear that he was using to murder Superman. Oh my god, my fucking brain hurts thinking about it. And this scene is framed like it's some emotional epiphany, but the logic is so fucking stupid when you put it together for more than 5 seconds. Like, they become friends so damn fast that I literally thought I missed a scene or two of them actually reconciling. When this shitstorm is about to wrap up, this movie practically fell into the chorus of all superhero movie cliches. It has to have a villain. And the film suddenly introduces Doomsday, the monster responsible for the death of Superman, in Superman's second film appearance. The reason why the death of Superman works is because Superman is a character with a lot of history up to that point, and people actually cared about Superman. But here, Superman is literally in his second film appearance, and we don't really have that much reason to really care about Cavalman here. He doesn't really feel like a human, just a detached god. And this movie tries to recreate the emotional moment from the comic books after one movie, as Superman dies at the end, and I bet that the audience reaction was mostly just, what the heck? And even then, even the end credit scene of the dirt floating in the grave practically teases that Superman will be back, so the death is practically meaningless. So, and after all this is happening, this movie also was teasing other characters, and we got really awkward email cameos from Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg, and a weird dream sequence where Batman fights soldiers with a Superman logo on it, followed by a time travel warning, which seems to be setting up an Injustice-like storyline. If you're a casual moviegoer, that scene make no damn sense. But I bet even comic fans didn't know what the hell was going on then. That's the cinematic equivalence of pausing the movie to say, Hey nigga, we are trying our best to catch the MCU as far as possible, and we are doing a really shitty job. Got it? And I don't know, man. I hate this fucking movie. I don't know what I got good things to say. Jeremy Irons is good as Alfred. He's practically wasted here. So is Ben Affleck as Batman. Good casting choice. Henry Cavill also great, also perfectly cast as Superman, but they got really shitty scripts and directing by Zack Snyder. One Woman's Gal Gadot is fucking shit. Like, she's boring as fuck. Gal Gadot is not only a terrible fucking actor, but she's a fucking war criminal for the Israeli Defense Forces. Like, she's practically a war criminal, my nigga. Like, although I hate that theme song goes so hard, but no, it does not go hard. It's fucking shit. And the movie has a really shitty mess of themes, setups, and universe building nonsense that none of it lands the way it's supposed to. Here are my final thoughts. 10 years later, I still think that Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice is still one of the strangest blockbuster decisions ever made in cinema history. It's basically trying to be a Batman movie, a Man of Steel sequel, an adaptation of The Dark Knight Returns, and an adaptation of The Death of Superman, and a setup for Justice League, and a setup for Injustice, all in the same movie. Instead of doing any of those things well, they practically shit on all those concepts to make it, and made them all, I don't know if I'd say worse, but they made them all jumbled up in one confusing as hell mess. That's why after a decade later, people are still debating, not because it was brilliant, because it's one hell of a fascinating mess. And honestly, this is kind of the movie that practically signified that the DCU was not exactly going to last that much long anyway. It practically signed its death warrant here. So no fucking wonder that Suicide Squad 2016 was also fucking shit. And I'll most likely review that in the future for its 10-year release. But anyway, that's all I got to say for this movie. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. See you later. Goodbye.